I decided to murder my husband using pufferfish toxin because I had confirmed online that 15 gram would be enough, so I injected it into yogurt and placed it on the outermost shelf of the fridge. Sure enough, the next day my husband was dead. However, instead of rushing to clean up the crime scene, I immediately called the police. Did you think I was confessing? That's a big mistake. I was actually trying to clear my name. When the day of the trial came, the prosecutor asked me why I poisoned him. I calmly gave the answer I had already prepared. I bought it for myself. In court, I presented evidence that I suffered from depression. Then I calmly said, the poisoning was originally meant for suicide, but my unsuspecting husband drank it. It was purely an accident. Because of this, murder became manslaughter. Even though my husband died at my hands, the court couldn't convict me of a severe crime. I knew this would be the case, and that's why I carried out the bold murder plan. My name is Lisa. I have a successful career and a deep love for my husband. Because of this, prosecutor Jack couldn't find a motive for me to murder my husband. Just when Jack was at a loss, a case from 6 years ago gave him a new direction. 6 years ago, I was violently assaulted by a man. Strangely enough, the man who hurt me looked exactly like my dead husband. This sudden coincidence immediately raised Jack's suspicions. After a DNA comparison, it was discovered that the two different names were actually the same person. Under what circumstances would a woman marry the man who once assaulted her? Jack wanted to ask me for more clues, but unexpectedly, I became very emotional and stubbornly refused to admit it was the same person. Jack had no choice but to continue investigating. He discovered that the criminal man from 6 years ago was named Jim. He had once been my boss. On a night 6 years ago, he assaulted me while drunk. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. It seemed like an ordinary criminal case, but Jack was surprised to find that the lawyer who defended Jim 6 years ago was the same lawyer defending me now. The coincidences in this case were just too many. When Jack asked the lawyer about it, the lawyer calmly said it was just work arrangements and refused to say anything more. Jack had no choice but to return to square one and continue investigating. Jack found Jim's former cellmate and unexpectedly got 2 important clues. The first clue was that Jim had a woman he deeply loved. He would draw her every day in prison. Jack showed the photo of me, but the cellmate said it wasn't me. The second clue was that after Jim was released from prison, he became a foot massage therapist. But not long after, he got involved with a female client. That woman was me. For Jim, I even gave up my rising career and opened a flower shop in my hometown. Facing the interlocking clues, I could no longer deny it. I finally admitted that the man who once assaulted me was now my dead husband. I don't know when it started, but I no longer hated him. Jack was sure I truly loved my husband, but why did I poison the yogurt? Was it really just a suicide attempt? Or is there more to the secret between Jim and me that sparked a new hatred?